Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So my name is Paulo and today we're going to be talking about work-life balance. Okay, so I'm guessing that everyone already went through this topic. Okay, everyone already had some ideas around it, had conversations, talked to others, etc. So even this week I had a couple of people that actually came to me and said, Paul, how is it that you keep your work-life balance? How is it that you manage to juggle everything that you do and at the same time you still keep yourself healthy and happy? Okay, so today I'm just going to share my 5 top tips on how is it that you can actually improve your work-life balance. Okay, this taking into consideration that I already lived across 5 different countries, okay, and work across 5 different countries. So there are different types of cultural perspectives, of course, but I would say that my 5 top tips are actually applicable across different countries and cultures. Okay, so taking that into consideration, aside from that, I also have my work where I actually manage, I would say, a sizable team. Plus, I manage actually very important projects. Okay, so that plus the fact that I share knowledge. I also have my YouTube channel. This is one of the reasons why I decided to actually to help to share knowledge. But aside from that, I also have conferences, seminars that I'm called to, but also I do mentorship. So this is the question that people actually raise to me. With all of that you had, and in between I had children across countries, how is it that you manage? How is it that you keep yourself happy and also healthy? Okay, so this is a bit just to give you a bit the background of why is it that people are raising these questions and why is it that I think that I can actually help you on to improve your work-life balance. Okay, so to start from, I would say that you have 4 things that you need to take into consideration. Okay, so one is work. The other one are the relationships, your family, your friends, etc. But also on top of that, I would say that you have your side projects. Okay, but you have a 4th thing that I would say that most likely is one of the most important things, that is you. Okay, you need to be healthy, you need to be happy, you need to work and actually live with passion. Okay, taking all of that into context, I'm going to be then giving you my 5 top tips on how is it that you can actually improve your work-life balance. So stick around. So looking at my first tip, okay, so my first tip is around planning. Okay, so planning is extremely important. Okay, and when I'm talking about planning, I'm not just talking about your professional life, I'm actually talking about your personal life. Okay, if you do not plan, you set yourself for failure. Okay, that is my view, that is my perspective. So, and I'm going to give you a few tips within that. So use a checklist actually to plan your day. Use calendars as well to block time. Let's say block time for lunch, block time for your email. Okay, so these are a few things that are actually important. Set yourself time to do things that you actually love, that you enjoy. Okay, set time for your family, set time for your personal life, set time for yourself, set time for your social life. That is important. Okay, use priorities. Okay, so for instance, you can do, let's say, urgent, important, not important, or even more simpler than that, just in scope or out of scope, being important and not important. And apart from that, like say another one that you could use is, for instance, more of an agile technique, like saying, okay, so this is Moscow, it's like must have, should have, could have, or won't have. Okay, but either way, the most important thing is for you to set some kind of priority and respect that same priority. Okay, once more, if you do not plan, you set yourself for failure. Okay, so this is my first tip, okay, on how to improve your work-life balance. So stick around for the next one. So then let's talk about my second tip. So my second tip is something like play to your strengths. Okay, so what is it that I mean with this? Okay, look at what is it that you are actually very good at. Use your superpowers. I'm always saying this to my team, okay, and to my friends. Use your superpowers. Don't focus yourself on things that you are not as good. Okay, if you have weaknesses, everyone has those. Okay, just I would say outsource them. Okay, I'll give you a simple example. Okay, so you are not good doing graphical design. Okay, just look to someone else within your network and just outsource that. Okay, don't spend time actually on trying to improve things that you are not good at. Okay, is it that you should not be aware of that? No, I'm not saying that. Yes, you should be aware of that and work towards improving that. Okay, but do not put your focus there. Okay, leverage your strengths. Okay, play to your strengths, use your superpowers. Okay, get to know yourself, understand of what is it that I actually am good at. Okay, like for instance, when I'm talking to my team, okay, and to everyone else that I come across in my life, I already noticed that loads of people say to me, Paulo, you're very strong on engaging with people. Okay, so this is an example of one of the things that I started to get to know, okay, that I'm actually good at. Okay, and that's what I try to do. I try to leverage my strengths, play to my strengths, and if I have weaknesses, I just look on how is it that I can delegate that and put to someone else. Okay, so this is like tip number 2. Okay, so stick around for the next one. So then let's talk about the next one. So what is it that I would like to advise you to take a look at? Okay, think on efficiency. Okay, think on smart. How is it that I can actually do things more efficiently, okay, and smart, let's put it like that, so that I can actually improve my work-life balance. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few examples, okay, just to try to give you a better understanding of what is it that I mean with this. Okay, for instance, tap into technology. Okay, use technology to improve the way you do things. Okay, and therefore you're going to be gaining time. Okay, and therefore you're going to have most likely a better work-life balance. Give you a few more examples. Okay, like within technology, I'm giving you an example that is to, for instance, instead of you going into your car, driving it, and actually to have a face-to-face let's say conversation with the customer, try to set up, let's say, a remote calling. Use MS Teams for that, Skype for that. Okay, that saves you time. Okay, and increase your efficiency. Another one is build yourself cheat sheets. Okay, like for instance, things that you already know more or less that you need to go through for every project. Okay, build templates. Okay, so this also helps because then when you need to start a project, instead of starting from scratch, you just use your template to improve the way you work, and therefore you're going to gain time. Okay, use processes. Think on a process from beginning to end on how to improve a given task that you need to do. Okay, all of those small things actually improve on your efficiency. Okay, another one as an example, okay, that I already saw some people doing several times, that is they open an Excel, they are doing this several times over and over again, and just they are typing and creating always the same kind of content. Okay, if you are doing this recurrently, just use some formulas to calculate whatever you need to do. Okay, invest time on that first time around, let's put it like that, and then you're gonna gain loads of time afterwards. Okay, so in a nutshell, just think it through on how is it that you can improve your efficiency. May that be via processes, may that be around technology, and or even network. Okay, for instance, imagine that you are not knowledgeable around a specific field, let's say, but you receive some questions around that. Instead of you actually spending time on trying to understand how is it that specific topic or domain works, okay, just reach out to your network. It's likely that inside of your network you're going to have someone that actually knows on how to do that. Okay, so that are some examples that you can actually use in order to actually to improve your efficiency. Okay, so stick around for the next one. So, talking about my fourth tip, okay, so my fourth tip most likely is one of the most important ones, and I just call it the power of no. Okay, why is this important? Because sometimes, my friends, you need to say no because you are putting yourself through tremendous amount of stress. You are setting yourself a failure from a personal perspective or from a professional perspective, and at the end, it's just not worth it. Okay, so think this through. I'll give you some advices. How is it that you can actually say no? Okay, so first, be happy to help. Okay, then propose alternatives, propose solutions, but also take into consideration that you need to respect your boundaries and your limits. Okay, because at the end, if you put yourself through a burnout, okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for you, it's not worth it for your family, and at the end, honestly, it's not worth it for the team. Okay, because this is not about the sprint. Okay, this is about a marathon. Okay, life is a marathon and you need to go through end to end. Okay, and at the end, you need to be happy, working with passion, and also living with passion. So if needed, just say no. Okay, that will be my advice. So stick around for the last one. Hit it. Okay, to close, my last advice. Okay, so my last advice is all about being true to yourself. Okay, so what does that mean? Essentially, it means that you need to respect yourself. You need to love what you do. Spend time doing what is it that you love. Okay, that could be running, that could be doing yoga, any kind of exercise, spending time with your family, spending time doing your sideline projects. But at the end, it's important that you actually respect yourself. You have your guidelines, your way of working, way of thinking. Okay, respect that. That is important so that you live a happier life. Okay, implement the rule of 8, like 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for yourself. Doesn't matter at the end. What is important is that you respect yourself, be true to yourself. Okay, because if you do that, you're gonna be much happier. Okay, and you're gonna be living with much more passion. Okay, and work with passion. At the end, it's also important for you to understand that work and life should not actually be opposites. Okay, in my view, they actually should be a bit like yin and yang. They should be actually complementing each other. Okay, so because if you work and if you live with passion, for sure you're going to be a much happier person. Okay, so this is my final advice. Okay, because at the end, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. Okay, so it's important that you actually live it through with passion and for whatever you do. Okay, so to close, just give it a thumbs up. Okay, join me on this journey. Drop your comments. I'd like really a lot to know more about how is it that I can improve on my work-life balance, but also to share with everyone else. Okay, it will be brilliant, will be great if you just drop that on the comments below. And that's it, my friends. Hopefully this was an interesting session. Okay, so take care. Cheers. Bye bye.